Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, Cheryl Danielle, while not everyone was pleased with the work from home arrangements during the pandemic, I can bet that our pets truly enjoyed having us around all the time, right?
Oh, yes, I know it's been so nice, but as many areas start to reopen, many pet owners will soon return to work in an office, leaving pets alone for the first time in many months. Now, the switch may pose challenges for us humans and also our pets, and Dr. Gary Weitzman from the San Diego Humane Society has some tips to make a smooth transition. Welcome to Main Street Living.
Thank you. Good to see you guys again.
Good to see you again. So, a lot of us have adopted new pets this past year. So, the animals have never really known a situation where they are left alone all day. How do you think they are going to be able to adjust?
I think they're probably going to adjust better than we are, to be perfectly honest. I got a pandemic pup myself during the pandemic, and she's about a year old now. And, I'm lucky that I get to take her to work, but so many people don't get to do that. So here's a couple things that we think are going to possibly happen. Their routines are going to be disrupted, and we all know pets love routines. We do too. So there are things you can do to actually make that transition easier for them, and we just encourage people to do it. But the biggest thing is when you are home, when you are able to be with your pets, make sure you give them the most enriched life and experience possible. Take them for walks. Get your dog walker back. It's time. Help the economy, help your pets, help your own life. Get your dog walkers back. Even a cat sitter if you want. Bring somebody into the house to actually sit with your cats for 30 minutes if your cats like that. But it's really the dogs. It's hard for them to go from being with us 24/7 to having 8 or 9 hours away from us.
No.
Absolutely. And those are all really great ideas to help our pets kind of transition out of this work from home if some of us are going back into the office. What about pet daycare? Is that kind of a good way to soften the change?
It's an excellent way to soften the change. And so many of us did that before. If you happen to have a dog, mostly dog food at daycare, that likes other dogs, by all means, give your dog a break. Even if it's not every day, 2 days a week, even 1 day a week in pet daycare is a great idea. The exhausted dog is the happy dog. That's the basic rule of thumb in behavior. So if you can have someone do it while you're at work and do daycare, that is a win-win for everybody, especially your dog. The more you can do it, the better.
So that's one thing to look out for. See if they're exhausted from playing all day. Are there any other signs we should look out for with our animals to make sure they're handling the transition okay?
Sure. We've all been worried about for about 6 months at least. A couple of things. Returns to animal shelters from people that did get animals during the pandemic. And it's turned out that the returns are actually lower. Here at my organization, San Diego Humane, very much like the rest of the country, our returns are down about 20% versus the year before the pandemic. So people are holding on to their animals, and we want them to continue to do that. But there are things to look out for if your dog or your cat or your bunny or anybody else is getting stressed, and that is panting, behavior changes, such as maybe a little bit of destruction around the house, looking stressed, not eating. All of those things are signs that your dog or cat may not be transitioning well into the new world we're about to enter. And you can mitigate almost all of that by more attention to them, by getting them prepared for you going back to work. And that might mean start going out for just a few minutes. Get in your car, leave, come back, but don't make it a big deal when you come back in, because all that does is set up your animal for, oh my God, I can't wait till they come back. You just want to come back in and just say, hi, Rosie, hi, Betty, my two dogs, and just leave it at that and just walk into the kitchen, something like that. So make things seem normal.
Play it cool.
Treats. Yeah, play it cool. It's time.
I need to get better at that because I'm always loving and kissing my cats when I come home. So
Right. One of the biggest things though, is if you are having difficulties, reach out to your local animal shelter. We have, for instance, at San Diego Humane, we have a big behavior department. We want to hear from people that are we don't want them to have challenges, but we want to be able to help. And there are so many things you can do to help your dog or your cat or your bunny or your chinchilla do better while you are going back to work. The other thing too is maybe talk to your boss about a hybrid situation. Keep a few of those days at home. I think that would be good for everybody's mental wellness.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are such a great resource, obviously, or wherever your Humane Society is as well for our viewers. What are some things that we need to watch out that we're doing that could add maybe to our pet stress?
Yeah, I think it's, we tend to get more tired when we're at work. So coming back home, you still got to give that time to your pets. And it's
Mhm.
hard. You got to make dinner or bring dinner in and set it up and all that. Our lives are changing. We're getting into new routines. So the two things that I would say is don't forget your babies at home, your fur babies. Take
Aw.
care of them, give them the attention, exercise, enrichment that they need, but also start to create a new routine because routine is the basis for success with pets. So the new routine will be just as well embraced as the old one. Maybe we'd all like to be home with our pets a little bit more. But once you have a routine, I think everybody's going to do
Yeah, I love the snuggles with my cat. Sometimes them not so much, but it's one thing that I love to do. So I have to make
better.
sure to give them a little bit of space too.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
finally, I know you have something called the Pet Lover's Guide. What's in it?
Yeah, well, it's a short version of, short by 100 pages of a longer book that National Geographic and I did together a few years ago called The Pet Lover's Guide to Animal Pet Behavior, Happiness, and Health. And the short
Mhm.
guide is it's about 90 pages, and just it's a summary really of all the things you need to know to have your pets have a good life. I hope a few of the main illnesses they can get, how to do emergency care, how to enrich their lives, how to look at dog food and cat food, all of those things, and hopefully it'll help people with the transition.
It's so important. I always say being prepared is key. And I'm
Mhm.
trained in pet CPR and first aid. I think
Oh,
that's something
awesome!
every pet owner should know how to do.
And if
Absolutely.
people are in the San Diego area, where can they get more information about you guys?
Oh, sdhumane.org or San Diego Humane. Just go on the web. We'll be right there, and we'd love to hear from as many people as possible.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
You guys too. Enjoy your pets.
I will.
All right, this is just making me want a dog more than ever. But even though we do feel like our pets kind of save our day sometimes, next up, we're going to get to visit with some of the best kinds of superheroes. Don't go anywhere.